Coming this Friday. A conversation about coffee and horror with Mother Tongue Coffee and Wolfmandy. Oh!
There we go.
Hi.
Hello, Jen. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I was waiting to pour for you.
Oh, good.
You have the chainsaw. I have the coffee.
I was just taking the kids to school. No big deal, you know?
No big deal. All
Yeah.
right. Not a horror show?
Not today.
Oh, man. I was going to ask you how you drink your coffee, or if it's a pour over. So you're a Chemex person?
I drink my coffee. I have multiple pour over setups, and I drink the one that's clean. So if the Chemex is clean, I drink it. And I drink also the one that I have filters for.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
I'm passionate about all of the pour over methods.
Fair enough. Yeah, for me, I went from no coffee to just Chemex straight up. That's me. That's been my coffee journey. And let's wave at everyone here.
Cool.
So yeah, good morning, Jen, and good morning to everyone out here. Or good afternoon if you're in the East Coast. It's never a wrong time to have coffee. And it's the only way to combat Freddy Krueger, as we know.
Absolutely.
And Freddy Krueger has brought us together, Jen. My name is Andy Green. For anyone watching, I'm playing the role of Wolfmandy Screame this month, just to be crazy. I'm dedicating this month to my friend, who I lost in April. We lost him in April, and so I'm running a fundraiser for the Trevor Project, combining drinks with horror movies and friends. And Jen is a new friend on this journey. This is the first time we've spoken in person, and we're going to talk coffee and horror. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm old, and my phone keeps like wanting to go to sleep, and I'm not sure why, because I'm not a phone savvy kind of old lady. But so I might be reaching out to you. I'm not, doing anything terrible, but I might be reaching out to you a bit.
Okay, fair enough. It's just sort of something spooky. That's okay. I was wondering what was happening, but I think I would assume if you're on live, it would know not to fall asleep, but
Yeah, I've done an Instagram live before, and this is probably the first time it's doing it. It's probably I'm sure it's like I need to update. Wait, she's like, go into your setting in your phone. My sister. That's my sister. Thanks, Murph.
Hi, Murph. Thank you. Yeah, go into your settings in your phone. Well,
we'll take care of it. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Your phone is the what needs coffee. And so are you having a Welcome to Grind Time right now as well?
I am having one. Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to say I really love this coffee. Like it's a blend of two Guatemalan, right? Like a light and a dark. But I actually can sort of taste the evolution as it goes down the glass. Like it starts with a very light and fruity, and then it becomes dark and chocolate and gruesome.
Yeah, gruesome. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, both of the coffees that are used in this blend are from the same farm. In fact, they're on Instagram, so you could find them. It's Vides 58. It's a farm in Guatemala in Huehuetenango, and they're like a third generation coffee farmer. It was the grandfather who was a doctor, and then it went on to his daughter, and then now it's on to her son. And they have a really cool a really cool social mission where they just want to provide really great jobs. He built a school in the 80s for the kids in the community, which is something which wasn't a marketable thing to do back then, just something that he felt needed to happen. He was a doctor, so he's a humanitarian. But they have a lot of environmental not regulations, what I want to say. I'm losing my words. But they have a commitment to the environment, to social justice, and also to the economy of the people who live in the community. So it's a really great farm. And so there's two coffees. One of them's naturally processed, and the other one is washed process. And the wash process is used in the darker roast, really mostly to be that super big chocolate flavor, and then the natural had this really great red berry note, raspberries, and it kind of tastes strawberries with it mixes with the chocolate, you get that Neapolitan ice cream. Maybe if Neapolitan ice cream had dark chocolate in it instead of milk chocolate. Fancy Neapolitan ice cream, maybe.
Fancy. Well, that's what I'm here for, is fancy. And well, the description you have on your website where people can buy this limited release is that it was Frankenberry and Count Chocula had a baby, and I thought that was a great a great way to describe this.
And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, I actually buy this for my kids every year. So here we are.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So my kids have been actually mixing the two of them. They don't know about the coffee, but they've been mixing the two of them together all week. The little Halloween breakfast treat.
If I had been smart enough, I'd be having a bowl as we did this right now. Oh man.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bowl right now.
Oh, look at this. This is why. Yeah. Oh, my phone just went to sleep for a second there. Or it just dimmed. But yeah. Oh, how does it pair?
Mm-hmm. I mentioned. I would say that the coffee is lacking a few things, mostly probably high fructose corn syrup. But the overall flavors are there. But I think if you added a lot of sugar to this coffee, it would be spot on descriptor. Yeah.
But it doesn't need it, thankfully. And I wanted to because you told me when I first reached out to you for the project I was doing that horror came into your life very early, and also coffee. Like you said with your Nana, you were 4 or 5 watching The Exorcist, The Shining with black coffee.
Yes.
You were really cool.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was just, I really loved my grandma. It's my dad's mom, my Nana. And I don't know why we watched The Exorcist and The Shining, but we did. I mean, we also watched Bambi, which is a really sad Disney movie, because the mom dies, and then the dad, he has to almost die in a fire for the dad to even be a part of his life, he's like an orphan. And then, but I think, I have no idea. And I kind of wonder, did we watch, I don't even think we watched the family rated version of The Exorcist. I don't think there was a family rated version in the 80s.
I was going to say a family rated version of The Exorcist would just not be a movie.
Right.
It would just be the family, I don't know. Yeah. But it almost sounds like Bambi was more traumatic for you than The Shining or The Exorcist.
and I think also more traumatic was The Sound of Music, because it's really happy. It's all songs, and you know, finding love in the beginning, but then they're like chased down by Nazis for the last, you know, half. And but anyhow, like I think yeah, The Shining has like a huge place in my heart because I'm that person who's probably watched The Shining like once a week for like my almost my whole life. I stopped after I had kids.
Okay, I was gonna
My
ask.
son does not like scary movies, so I feel like I don't know, like that really tears me up that I can't watch horror movies with my child. But we do watch some gruesome anime now, so
Oh, okay.
he's
Maybe he's evolving. How old is he?
he's 13, so I guess I just had to wait till he was 10 before.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I guess I'm glad you didn't force him to watch it at 4 or 5.
Right.
But I bet you he will come back to horror. Like I think horror, in a way, you sort of need to find it yourself. That's or at least for me, I needed to sort of. There's something about it being naughty or like I'm not supposed to watch this that adds to, I think, the experience.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when I was 6, me and my friend that lived around the corner. I think we spent the night at her house, and her parents had like Showtime or something. And that's actually the first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. Was 6 years old. I just remember the tongue coming out of the phone and licking that lady's face. It's so gross. This is Brad. You know,
Gross.
and then it's just kind of like yeah, I watched it. I'm fine. You know, I'm tough.
Yeah, it's like you're surviving like the characters in the movie. If you can make it to the end and you're not like looking away or, but yeah, I was definitely a scaredy cat. And, you know, when I watched The Exorcist, I was like triple your age at the time. So I was like 12, I think. And I had to make jokes the entire time to like keep my sanity.
Well, you know, my grandmother, my Nana, she's super Catholic, you know, like, I mean, we went to mass and everything. So like, I don't know if I grew up thinking that that demons were real, but I don't know. I guess I'll have to go to therapy and get back to you on that one.
That's why I'm here. This is therapy. We're having, yeah. Well, you mentioned that you watch Critters 2, the church scene, every year on Easter. And I was going to say, I want to talk to you on Easter after we both watch that movie. Because I've never seen Critters 2. I love the first movie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the first movie is great. Especially like the rock star scenes and the part where like the critters like break out of jail. It's hilarious and awesome. And like, but yeah, Critters 2, because they lay eggs. And the old lady buys them from this dude that has like a junkyard shop or something, and then they hatch. They like the kids paint them, and the whole time you're like, when are they gonna hatch, right?
Oh.
And then the kids paint them, and then they put them out for the Easter egg hunt. And the sheriff has to dress up as the Easter bunny, and he's supposed to be like hopping around so the kids can see the Easter bunny. And like, yeah. Anyways, it gets better after that.
That's a great setup. Oh man, I can't believe I haven't seen that movie. Well, thank you for and then so when did it seems like coffee and horror has been in your life from the very beginning. And is this the first sort of like an ode to horror you've done with coffee, or have you done more in the past?
No, I've never done this before. So like I've been like I've worked for a lot of coffee companies, some like real big names, and so I've basically been an employee my whole career. So I started roasting in like 2004. And I've worked for like Intelligentsia, I've worked for Blue Bottle. I worked for an importer as well, doing like roaster education. I do a lot of volunteer work. I founded a thing called She's the Roaster, just sort of, you know, brings attention that women actually do roast coffee. It's not just a bunch of dudes in flannel shirts, you know. And, and like, yeah, like we're already roasting your coffee. So, you know, watch out. I don't know, watch out, like, beware. But like, so I just started Mother Tongue in 2019, like in June. So I got enough money and I started my own company. So now I'm my own boss. So I can do things like this, which is exciting.
Yeah, and I can tell that you're just having fun. And I discovered your coffee just last year during a road trip, and just the world of coffee is new to me and so exciting and sort of like horror. I just have to go all in
Yeah.
to explore it.